Okay, Mama's little baby loves Clambake, and so do we. All right. Well, this is a combination of a lot of movies. There's a lot of elements from a lot of his movies. He plays. His name is Scott Hayward, but he also, through most of the movie, is known as Tom Wilson.
They did a swap.
They did. That's because the movie is based off of a Prince and the Pauper type story. So Elvis is super rich, and he wants to be sure that people like him for himself instead of his money. And so he switches places with this guy who he meets on the way. I don't even know where he's going. He's just trying to escape his life, and he finds this guy who wants to. He's like, "How can you have any problems? You're rich." And he's like, "Because you don't know anything." So they switch places, and they head to Florida. And Elvis now is going to take this guy's job, which was to be the ski instructor, who no one has a lot of respect for. And his friend now is going to take his role and spend a lot of his money and just act a fool. So, what do you think?
I thought it was great. I love the story.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the storyline. It wasn't, too crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting because the movie isn't really thought of real well, I think. And it's not the greatest production in the world.
No, bad production.
Okay, first off, we're watching a copy of the film that is just horrendous. I don't know what Elvis Presley Enterprises is doing these days. If you're watching, you need to go through and remaster all of these movies and please re-release them, because this was like watching through mud. Mm-hmm. That all said, we're deep into Elvis's career, and he is pretty miserable. What I read on this one was that he had to be coaxed to come to set, and when he got there, the producers were like, "You're too fat. You need to lose weight." And then a couple weeks into production, he had an accident where he fell down or something at home, and it gave him a concussion, so he was out for a couple weeks. It seemed like it was plagued. And we're not sure if they didn't just film the whole thing on a green screen most of the time.
Right, it did look like that.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with the muddiness of the quality of the film, of the DVD, and just in general, because they were really low budgeting. That aside, Shelley Fabre is back. She's great.
She's good.
The guy who plays the person he switches with, I don't know his name, but he does his role really well.
Yes.
And Bill Bixby, the Incredible Hulk, makes an appearance. He plays douchebag and his rival. So there are elements of kissing cousins in the sense that Elvis has got two names. He doesn't play two roles, but it's like that. The story is very much like Viva Las Vegas, where he's got a car, or he races boats in this one, but he's got a machine that needs work, and he may not be able to make the race.
And he's an engineer.
And he's an engineer in this one, because he can do everything.
Wow. I mean,
yeah,
that was something.
And
experiments in a lab.
He was totally fixing a chemical formula.
Not a lounge singer?
No. He didn't really, he wasn't really known as a singer. He did sing, of course. Mm-hmm. And the soundtrack is 50-50, I would say. I like all of it, but, half of it is kind of silly. And a lot of songs are right on the nose of the moment, but I like those songs a lot, so it didn't bother me. And the movie also was sort of a bit of kind of like, well, Blue Hawaii was really great, and we haven't had a good movie in a while, so let's try that formula again.
Although I don't understand the Clambake.
Yeah, right in the middle of the movie, she goes, "What does Clambake got to do with this?" They had one Clambake in the movie, but it was a little scene, and it really wasn't the part of it. Mm-mm. And she's right. I have no idea why they would call it Clambake. Why not call it Speedboat or something? I don't know. Right. But it's funny because the foreign release of this film, they were calling it Blue Miami. Trying to get the Japanese people to buy into Blue Hawaii. So anyway, production is strange. There's a lot of weird camera shots, and some of the numbers, like, it's almost like they could tell Elvis was having problems, so they just did like short music videos with him, and there was moments that they're talking right to the camera, or they pose in front of the camera. It was bizarre. Yeah. But whatever. I mean, it's fun. It was really good.
Yes, it was refreshing to have a good one after a string of bad.
And the strongest solid story
The
we've seen in a
story
long
was
time.
really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we liked it a lot. Like I said, it's got a lot of production problems, but we totally enjoy it. Okay, so let's rate it.
4.
She's going for a 4. I'm going to go 3. I know we've been in a real agreement lately, but I'm only going to give it a 3
Wow.
because the production should have been stronger.
Well, that's why I gave it a 4, because I thought.
She's giving it 4 probably because we've had such stinkers recently, and it's so refreshing to have something this late in his career we can actually enjoy.
Yes. I
Totally
wasn't
worth it.
crying trying to get through it.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that covers everything. Anything else?
Wow.
All right, so our next film is called Stay Away Joe.
Don't know that one.
I believe he plays a rodeo guy, and I don't think it's going to be that great. I've seen it once, I believe, when I was
Stay
little.
Away, Joe?
Yeah, why not? You know,
What's that?
Come to me, Elvis.
Really?
Stay Away Joe. I don't know.
Stay Away, Joe. What are we
So
gonna
we'll
do
let
with
you know.
that?
We'll let you know when we see it. I don't know why you find that so funny. All right, we'll see you pretty soon. Bye.
See ya.